We start with COVID vaccinations expected to be made compulsory for people in Germany from February. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel has described the situation in Germany as very serious, saying COVID cases are far too high. Let's bring in our Europe correspondent, Adam Parsons. Well, this is going to cause some controversy, Adam.
Yeah, it will cause considerable controversy. It's not 100% guaranteed. We should say that because this is not something that can just be brought in. Certainly not by Angela Merkel, who's just about to leave office, nor indeed by Olaf Scholz, the man who is 99.99 recurring % likely to succeed her as Chancellor. It will require a vote in the German Parliament, in the Bundestag. It will be an open vote, so parliamentarians will vote on their conscience. But Mr. Scholz says that he expects it to pass, and all polls suggest that actually Germans are in favour of this. It's a big change of direction, though, because up until recently, Mrs. Merkel said that she wanted the onus to be on persuading Germans to get vaccinated in sufficient quantities. But so far, that vaccination rate in Germany is about 67.5%. It's just not seen as being anywhere near high enough. And so this vaccine mandate is likely to come into effect as soon as February. It will be enormously controversial. Neighbouring Austria has already said it will do the same thing, bringing in a mandate on the 1st of February. But interestingly, Germany hasn't stopped there. It is also bringing in what has been referred to as the lockdown of the unvaccinated, which will effectively create two tiers of citizenship. I don't really see any other way of putting it, because if you are not vaccinated, you will not be allowed to go to non-essential shops, and you will not be allowed to go to leisure activities. Effectively, you will be curtailed in your movements. Now, Germany will not be alone in that. You look at other countries. Italy, for instance, obliges people to either be tested or recovered or vaccinated if they are to go into their workplace. But actually, to make this differential between vaccinated and unvaccinated is a big step for the European Union's biggest, wealthiest, probably most influential country. This happens at a moment when Olaf Scholz is taking over. Noticeably, I think another German, Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, just yesterday said that the EU needed to start having a conversation about mandatory vaccinations. I suspect she had an eye on what was going on in her home country. And it will be, without any doubt, controversial. As I said, there is a majority in favour of these kind of enhanced actions in Germany. But we know that in Germany, as in so many other countries, there is a sizable minority of people who have not been vaccinated, not because of health, not because of youth, but because they do not want to be vaccinated and have resisted every siren call to change their mind. And those people are already complaining vociferously that they have been stigmatised, that they have been cut out of society, and that it is frankly unfair to have one set of rules for the vaccinated, one set for the unvaccinated. And I wonder whether it will only be the unvaccinated who compare, or whether there will be others, people who have had the vaccine, people who sign up to vaccine programmes, but are still troubled by this state idea of there being effectively a two-tier society. Angela Merkel wouldn't have wanted this on her last day. Olaf Scholz wouldn't have wanted this as his first bit of statement policy. But Germany has seen cases rising steeply recently. A country that did so well, got so many plaudits for its actions in the first wave of this pandemic, is now struggling, particularly in the east of the country. Knew that it had to do something big, but this big thing is going to be very, very controversial.